Hey, what's up, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. We got some more Blood and Plunder coverage for you guys today, and we're going to take a look at one of the neat aspects of this game, which is fortune and how that works into your various battles. So it's not overly complicated. It really just occupies a whole page here in the rulebook, but it's fun nonetheless. So as it says here, fortune represents skill, luck, and just basically influence of a force. So you do start the game with 3 fortune points. By default, although again certain special characters and stuff can actually increase or decrease that, and those will all get reviewed in turn here, but just for now just assume basically that you have 3, and it's something that's a finite resource too, so you really do want to be careful and think when you're using these throughout the game. But you can spend 1 fortune point at any time to do any one of the following, so it is not just a sort of singular type of use for it. You do have a couple different options here. So certainly you can use it to get a reroll, right? A player may reroll all dice for one test or another roll that they are attempting immediately after the original roll is made. The new results are final, even if they are worse than the original result, right? So, and again, any reroll can only, or any dice can only be rerolled once in the game. So, certainly useful. You don't want to, I think, throw it away on just a maybe lesser roll, or something where you're maybe just throwing a few dice and it's maybe not all that important in the grand scheme of things, but something where you are maybe, throwing a ton of dice, like let's say you had a larger unit you just shot, or just got into combat or something, and you just completely flubbed all your rolls, and very likely your units may be facing some serious retaliation. That would probably be the time to burn a fortune point to re-roll everything there. But again, with just 3 points for the whole game, and if it's early game, you might hold off until later when it might be a little bit more crucial. So just think very carefully when you do that, but it has its uses. But certainly also if you just, thinking of things where there's maybe fewer dice involved, like let's say, and maybe you're shooting like just like a single cannon or something like that, right? And you just you gotta get that hit. You might try for that second time, and certainly if it's later in the game and you haven't burned any of your fortune points yet, you can be a little bit more liberal with those as the game goes on, just to get those last few hits in or whatever it might be. You can also use these for a mulligan. So what does that mean? So discard any number of activation cards in your hand and draw new cards to replace them. This may be done at any point in the turn, so keep that in mind. It's not just the beginning or end or something like that. So just at any point where you feel like the cards in your hand are just not going to do much for you this turn, and you really do need to get certain things done when you activate your units, that is a very useful and crucial use of your fortune points there. And then finally, something to always keep in mind, depending on the state of the game and where your commander's at and all that. Cheat death. So if your force's commander would be removed as a casualty and there's a friendly unit within 8, you may immediately move the commander to join the new unit. This may be done regardless of the type of unit, and even if the new unit is separated by impassable terrain. So basically he just ducks out, peace, I'm out of there. You thought you killed me, but maybe not. So always worth considering maybe leaving at least a fortune point up if your commander is going to be, being engaged or getting in the mix of things, as opposed to like maybe sitting back and chilling with his squad. So if you're a little bit more aggressive, a little bit up close and personal with your commander, well worth considering leaving at least a fortune point up so that you can do that. Now, keep in mind the requirements for that. There has to be another friendly unit within 8. The terrain doesn't matter, so that's a good factor there, but certainly something that you have to also have. So basically you're going to have your commander in his unit and then another unit nearby that he can escape to. So positioning is key anyway, as far as tactics and strategy and all that fun stuff goes, but that's something that you need to sort of keep in mind throughout the battle. If at all possible, you need to keep a unit nearby for that. So those are the 3 big uses of fortune. Again, we'll cover separately at some point various commanders for all the factions and stuff like that, where you may add or get some more fortune or maybe start with less. So all kinds of neat additions or penalties there. But again, those will be for separate videos. But that's just a quick intro for Fortune, guys. Let us know how you've been using it in your games, and maybe some of your most fortunate stories. So hit us up in the comments there, guys. Hit that like and subscribe as well. And then we will see you in the next one as we keep on rolling here with some Blood and Plunder coverage for you guys. Thanks so much for hanging out again. We'll see you in the next one.